Have you ever been in a conversation with a native English speaker, understood every single word they said, and still had no idea what they actually meant? Not because your vocabulary is weak, not because your grammar is wrong, but because they used a phrase that doesn't mean what the individual words say. That moment is confusing, isn't it? You smile, you nod, and quietly inside, you're lost. It happens in meetings. It happens watching a show. It happens on a call with a friend. And it can make you feel like there's a whole invisible layer of English you're missing, one that no textbook ever really taught you. Here's what I want you to understand. This is not a huge, endless problem. It feels that way because idioms seem to appear randomly, with no pattern, no logic, nothing to hold on to. But here's the truth. A small number of idioms cover a massive amount of daily conversation. Native speakers reuse the same handful of phrases constantly, in emails, in meetings, on calls, in casual chats. So today, we're not going to try to learn hundreds of idioms. We're going to learn 12. Just 12. The 12 that show up again and again in real daily life until you start noticing them everywhere once you know them. One phrase at a time, that's how we're doing this. I want to be honest with you about something. This isn't going to feel like a vocabulary list from a textbook, with a definition sitting quietly next to each phrase, waiting to be memorized and forgotten. If that worked, you'd already know these 12 idioms by heart. Most of us tried that already. We wrote them down, we reviewed them once, and then real conversation moved too fast to remember any of it. So instead, we're going to walk through each idiom exactly where it lives, in a real sentence, in a real moment, so it attaches itself to something you'll actually remember the next time you hear it. So what's the first one? Let's start with break the ice. This phrase means to say or do something to make an awkward or nervous moment feel more comfortable, usually at the start of a conversation. You'll hear it like this. He told a joke to break the ice before the meeting started. Or, let's break the ice with some introductions first. This matters because so many uncomfortable moments in daily life happen right at the beginning. Meeting new colleagues, starting a class, joining a new group. Here's your trigger. The next time you're about to meet someone new, quietly think the phrase to yourself, time to break the ice. That's okay if you don't say it out loud. Just noticing it is enough to make the moment feel a little lighter. Now here's one you've probably heard in almost every conversation about school or exams. Hit the books. This means to start studying seriously. You'll hear, I have a test tomorrow, I need to hit the books tonight. Or, she's been hitting the books all week. This phrase shows up constantly around students, exams, deadlines, and anyone catching up on learning something. Here's your trigger. The next time you sit down to study anything, even this video, quietly say to yourself, time to hit the books. One phrase at a time, this idiom will start feeling like your own. So what's next? This one comes up almost every single day, usually near the start of a conversation. Under the weather. This simply means feeling slightly sick or unwell. You'll hear, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, or she couldn't come in, she's under the weather. This phrase matters because talking about health is one of the most common small talk topics there is. At work, with friends, with family. Here's your trigger. The next time you feel a little tired or unwell, instead of just saying sick, try, I'm a little under the weather. One phrase at a time, and small talk starts feeling smoother. Now here's one that comes up whenever something feels surprisingly easy. Piece of cake. This means something is very simple to do. You'll hear, don't worry about the test, it's a piece of cake. Or, fixing that was a piece of cake. This idiom shows up constantly. At work, in casual chats, whenever someone wants to reassure another person that a task isn't difficult. Here's your trigger. The next time something turns out easier than you expected, say it out loud, that was a piece of cake. One phrase at a time, and confidence starts sounding just a little more natural. So what's the next one? Let's talk about money, because this phrase comes up more than people expect. Cost an arm and a leg. This means something is very expensive. You'll hear, that phone cost an arm and a leg. Or, renting here costs an arm and a leg. This matters because conversations about prices happen constantly. Shopping, rent, bills, big purchases. Here's your trigger. The next time something feels expensive, instead of just saying expensive, try, that costs an arm and a leg. One phrase at a time, and everyday conversations about money start sounding more natural. Now here's one for something that almost never happens. Once in a blue moon. This means something happens very rarely. You'll hear, I only eat fast food once in a blue moon. Or, we meet up once in a blue moon these days. This phrase shows up whenever someone is describing how rarely something occurs. Habits, visits, events. Here's your trigger. The next time you're describing something rare in your life, use this phrase instead of just saying rarely. One phrase at a time, and your description starts sounding richer, without any extra effort. So what's next? This one is fun, and it comes up whenever a secret slips out. Let the cat out of the bag. This means to accidentally reveal a secret. You'll hear, she let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. Or, don't let the cat out of the bag before Friday. This matters because secrets and surprises are part of everyday life. Birthdays, gifts, announcements. Here's your trigger. The next time you're keeping a small secret or someone accidentally reveals one, use this phrase to describe it. One phrase at a time, and even small stories start sounding more vivid. Now here's one you'll hear at the end of almost every workday, somewhere in the world. Call it a day. This means to stop working on something for now. You'll hear, let's call it a day. We can finish tomorrow. Or, I'm tired. I'm going to call it a day. This idiom matters because ending work or a task is something everyone does every single day. At the office, at home, on a project. Here's your trigger. The next time you finish work for the day, say it out loud. Time to call it a day. One phrase at a time, and even a simple goodbye starts sounding more natural. So what's next? Let's talk about encouragement. Because this phrase carries real warmth. Hang in there. This means to stay patient and keep trying during a difficult time. You'll hear, I know it's hard right now. Just hang in there. Or, hang in there, it gets easier. This matters because everyone, at some point, needs to encourage someone else. A friend, a colleague, a family member going through something hard. Here's your trigger. The next time someone you care about is struggling, offer this phrase instead of a longer explanation. Hang in there. One phrase at a time, and your support starts sounding warmer and more natural. Now here's one for teamwork and agreement. On the same page. This means everyone understands and agrees about something. You'll hear, let's make sure we're all on the same page before we start. Or, are we on the same page about the plan? This phrase shows up constantly in meetings, group projects, and planning conversations, anywhere agreement needs to be confirmed. Here's your trigger. The next time you're planning something with others, ask, are we on the same page? One phrase at a time, and your teamwork conversations start sounding sharper. So what's next? This one is for encouraging someone before something important. Break a leg. This means good luck, especially before a performance or an important event. You'll hear, break a leg at your interview tomorrow, or break a leg on stage tonight. This matters because encouraging someone before a big moment happens constantly. Interviews, presentations, performances, exams. Here's your trigger. The next time someone you know has something important coming up, say this instead of just, good luck. Break a leg. One phrase at a time, and your encouragement starts sounding warmer and more natural. And finally, here's the 12th one, and I saved it for last, because it captures something we all feel sometimes. Miss the boat. This means to miss an opportunity because you waited too long. You'll hear, I missed the boat on that job opening. Or, don't miss the boat, apply today. This phrase matters because opportunities, deadlines, and chances to act come up constantly in daily life, work, applications, decisions. Here's your trigger. The next time you're deciding whether to act on something or reflecting on something you delayed too long, use this phrase to describe it. One phrase at a time, and even your regrets start sounding like natural, fluent English. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is learning 12 idioms really enough to help me understand real conversations? That's a fair question, and I want to answer it honestly. Learning these 12 won't make every idiom in English suddenly familiar to you, and that was never the promise. There will still be moments where a new phrase catches you off guard, and that's okay. But these 12 are some of the most frequently used idioms in everyday English, which means they'll start appearing again and again in shows, in conversations, in messages, almost as soon as you finish this video. That repetition is exactly what turns a new phrase into a familiar one. I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. You're watching a show, relaxing after a long day, and one of the characters says, "Don't worry, it's a piece of cake." And instead of pausing, instead of translating, instead of feeling that small gap of confusion, you simply understand it, instantly, the way you understand any other sentence. No effort, no hesitation. Just a quiet little moment where you realize this phrase, one you learned right here, has already become part of how your brain processes English. Because here's the truth underneath all of this. This was never really about 12 idioms. It's about how connected you feel to real spoken English. The kind people actually use, not just the kind found in textbooks. Every idiom you understand without translating is proof that your English is becoming more natural, more intuitive, more truly yours. That confidence doesn't stay limited to these 12 phrases. It quietly spreads into how comfortable you feel in every conversation you have. So here's what I want you to do, and I promise it's small enough that you cannot fail at it. Tonight, or tomorrow morning, pick just one of these 12 idioms, the one that felt the most useful to you. Use it in one sentence, out loud, about your own life. That's the whole task, nothing more. One phrase at a time, this is how real, natural English understanding gets built. Not through pressure, but through small, steady moments like this one. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, take it easy. You're understanding more than you realize.